Whether you're just starting out or looking to brush up on some skills, this video is packed with tips to help you on your artistic journey. Starting out can be really overwhelming, and I wish someone had told me these things when I was at the beginning. And stick around for a special tip at the end. You won't want to miss it. Try lots of different styles and mediums until you know what you like. Experiment. When I was first starting out, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Watercolors, charcoal, pastel. In fact, I don't even think I knew what all of those things were. My sister introduced me to art journaling, and I took a year-long course, Wanderlust, which gave me the opportunity to try out a bunch of different techniques and mediums. Experimenting with different styles allows you to find what resonates with you, and it definitely expanded my creative horizons. Trying out a ton of different things could get pricey though. Most of the courses I've taken have really stressed that you shouldn't go out and buy every supply there is at the art store. Get some basic supplies, or borrow some from your kids, and just get started. As you find out what you enjoy doing and discover how the materials work, you can try out something new. Attend workshops, take classes, both free and paid. This leads me into learning. There are lots of paid courses out there at all different price points. There are also a lot of free resources you can find. A lot of courses have free taster sessions. And of course, there are tons of YouTube videos out there. There are books that you can borrow from the library and also free or inexpensive programs at your community center. I personally have found a lot of value in taking classes. At the beginning, look at some that are broad in scope. This gives you a chance to see what's out there. When you have a more specific idea of what you'd like to explore, then you'll be able to be more specific in your search for knowledge. Learning from experienced artists and instructors gives valuable ideas that'll help you grow and discover what you enjoy. Some instructors that I've learned a lot from are Laura Horn, Judy Woods, Louise Fletcher, Flora Bowley, and of course there are many more. Sometimes it can be overwhelming because there's so much information out there. And sometimes we also spend so much time watching videos that we don't do the most important thing, which is next. Take action, practice, and be patient. There's no shortcuts. You don't learn how to paint overnight. You'd never expect someone to become a piano genius the first time they sat down at a piano. And it's the same thing with art. There are no shortcuts. You can watch a million videos and you still won't become good until you do it many, many times. And the only way to do that is practice, practice, practice. Dedicate regular time to drawing or painting, even if it's just a little every day. This builds your muscle memory and enhances your skill over time. Art takes time. Be patient with yourself and your progress. Keep pushing forward, even through the challenges and setbacks. Persistence is the key to achieving the goals. Which leads me to the next point. Learn to manage your mindset. Mistakes are part of the artistic process, and actually nothing is really a mistake. Painting something that you don't like is like a lesson. It tells you that you don't like that method or that you need to keep practicing. And often, not following the official rules or instructions can lead to unexpected discoveries. Criticism can be tough but valuable. If you're anything like me, you're the one who will be the hardest on yourself. You don't have to share your work with other people, especially if the people you're around aren't as supportive as you'd like. You don't have to listen to negativity, either from yourself or others. Try not to get discouraged. You see artists on Instagram and their work is beautiful, but most of the time you don't see all the discarded paintings and mistakes that it took to get there. When you're just starting out, don't compare yourself to artists who have been painting for years. That's not fair. You're on your own journey. If you do get frustrated and down on yourself, don't let yourself stay down for long. Think about what made you want to make art in the first place. Analyze why you're feeling the way you do and what's behind it. What tangible steps can you take to improve your skills? The next point is my suggestion to remedy that. Set goals. Set achievable goals and start small. Only set your intentions for what you can control, like plan to do something creative for 10 minutes a day, or that you're going to play with paint one morning every week. Prioritize yourself. Make it your me time. You deserve it. But if, for whatever reason, you don't do it that week, don't beat yourself up. Start over fresh. Every day is a new opportunity. When I mentioned before about steps to improving your skills, a couple of things that I think are really important to learn about are color theory and composition. There are no rules really, or the rules are made to be broken. But learning about color theory can really be helpful for knowing how colors work together and can help you learn to avoid getting muddy colors when you don't want them. Composition is the arrangement of elements within your artwork. You can learn about balance, focal points, how to guide the viewer's eye through your piece. Once you learn about these things, you can throw them out the window if you want to, but you may find them helpful to know. Keep a sketchbook or journal to make notes and experiment in. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could really just be a bunch of printer paper held together with staples or a paper clip. This is your creative playground. You can use it to jot down new ideas, practice techniques, or sketch freely. It's a great tool for brainstorming things you want to try or to experiment in. And it doesn't have to be pretty. There will probably be lots of failed experiments in there. It's something that you can look back on and see your progress. And I also use mine for the next point. Pay attention to what you like about others' work. You can study the works of the old masters or artists you see on Instagram. What is it you like? What do you not like? Paying attention to these things or analyzing what the person does can help you figure out what you want from your art. Things you want to try, techniques you want to research. Write them down in your journal. Just be careful not to fall into that comparison trap, though. Your notebook is for research and something to work towards, and not for judgment. Stay inspired. Nature and daily life are amazing sources of inspiration. When I started to think like an artist, I started to see things differently. I started to see patterns, shapes, and textures all around me. Here's an example. A full shelf of books can look nice and organized and colorful. But when you break that down into shapes, what is it? It's a row of tall rectangles in a pleasing mix of colors. You can paint or draw that as something that stands alone or as part of a bigger piece. When you see something pleasing or inspiring like this, write it down in your notebook. At some point, that pattern or design might be exactly what you need in some art you're working on. I hesitate to mention this one because I don't want you to take it the wrong way. It's develop your unique artistic style. Experimenting and playing helps you discover your artistic style. And the only way to do that is to practice, practice, practice. What I mean is that as you're learning and trying out techniques or tutorials that you see others doing, don't be afraid to branch out. There really are no rules or must-dos in art. Everyone has their own preferences, likes, and dislikes. Combine techniques and try different things than your teacher until you find out what feels authentic to you as an artist. I often hear new artists asking what the right way to do things is, or thinking that a certain paintbrush or paper is going to make a masterpiece. But there's not really a right way to do things. There are techniques and guidelines you can follow. Nothing can replace the doing, the practicing, and the trying things out for yourself. Here's the bonus. Enjoy the creative journey. Have fun. Embrace your childish side. Play. Enjoy yourself. Creating art is supposed to be enjoyable. It's a time for you, a time for your passion and creativity to drive you. It's a time to trust yourself and let your intuition guide you. What's the point of painting if it's going to be another chore on your to-do list or something that you judge and criticize yourself for? Art is supposed to be fun. Embrace your intuition. There are really no rules or must-dos in art. Scribble, splash paint around, get your hands dirty, play, and have a great time. And there you have it. Valuable lessons I learned as a beginner artist, plus a bonus reminder. Which lesson resonated the most with you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time, and until then, stay inspired and enjoy your creative journey.